Well, this, Tucker,
Yeah.
he's my hero. And then right under it says, stop liberal intolerance. Putin wants to go back to good morality. He doesn't allow all this crap about genders and pronouns and crap.
Do you think these views have to do with Tucker Carlson welcoming Vladimir Putin?
No. I say we need to get out of the Ukraine-Russia thing. Let them work it out.
So you would vote for Vladimir Putin over Joe Biden for president of the United States?
I would. I'd rather have a corrupt Russian than a corrupt Biden.
It's been well over a year since alleged Russian asset Tucker Carlson's ouster at Fox News and the end of his nationally broadcasted white supremacist power hour on the network. He then moved to the hellscape that is Elon Musk's Twitter, not calling it X, obviously, to spread his lies further. His podcast now sits in the top 5 and top 10, respectively, on the Spotify and Apple charts, largely because he speaks to and reaffirms the bigotry and white supremacist attitudes already present in the MAGA base. Still one of the most influential and dangerous propaganda artists of our time. Let's check in on Tucker and how he's campaigning to re-elect someone he hates to his core, Donald Trump.
It's the party of weirdos, of envy, of hate, of resentment, of bitterness, of weakness, of a total lack of creativity. It's a party of conformity. It's a party of the machine.
Come on, man, that's no way to talk about your own fans. But he's savvy enough to know that the irony of this insane take will go over the heads of everyone in the crowd.
Every person in this room needs to understand you are not in a despised minority. You are in an incredibly gentle and tolerant majority who put up with this crap for way too long.
It really says something about your loyal base of support when you have to infantilize and coddle them this much to reinforce their worldview. But that's what we're dealing with from this party. Now, contrast Tucker's sweet talking with what he said immediately following.
As they insulted not only you, but the memory of your ancestors who died for this country. They tore down statues to their memory. People have never built anything in their lives. They went out of their way to humiliate you and spit on you and the graves of your ancestors. And that's not an exaggeration. They did that. And this country is so nice. It's so polite. It's so thoughtful and empathetic and sweet. It's the kind of country that loves dogs and gives directions to strangers that we put up with it for 4 years. But we can't anymore.
Well, and there it is. Tucker's classic white supremacist propaganda rearing its ugly head and being laundered by Charlie Kirk's Turning Point USA as a legit political talking point, just like Fox News did for years. Tucker is playing directly into the false sense of victimhood the MAGA base thrives on and relishes in feeling, with the perpetrators, of course, being left up to interpretation. But we all know the groups of people he's talking about. Now, if you thought this speech was already off the rails, get a load of this.
If you allow your 2-year-old to smear the contents of his diapers on the wall of your living room, and you do nothing about it, if you allow your 14-year-old to light a joint at the breakfast table, if you allow your hormone-addled 15-year-old daughter to slam the door of her bedroom and give you the finger, you're going to get more of it. And those kids are going to wind up in rehab. It's not good for you, and it's not good for them. No. There has to be a point at which dad comes home.
Just look at the reaction from the crowd. This is not serious political discourse or a pitch to improve the material conditions these people live under. It's all theater meant to distract them from the policies ruining their lives.
And he's pissed. Dad is pissed. He's not vengeful. He loves his children. Disobedient as they may be, he loves them. Because they're his children, they live in his house. But he's very disappointed in their behavior. And he's going to have to let them know. And when Dad gets home, you know what he says? You've been a bad girl. You've been a bad little girl, and you're getting a vigorous spanking right now. And no, it's not going to hurt me more than it hurts you. No, it's not. I'm not going to lie. This is going to hurt you a lot more than it hurts me. And you earned this. You're getting a vigorous spanking because you've been a bad girl. And it has to be this way.
It's hard to put into words how gross, weird, creepy, perverted, and flat out uncomfortable it is to hear one of the most influential political pundits in the country talk about the presidential candidate he supports, yet despises on a personal level. as an abusive father who needs to punish his children, aka the American people, for disobeying him. Under the surface of Tucker's projection and perversions, this is straight up fascism. Propping up Trump as the ultimate and only source of authority his base should follow gives way for him and his inner circle to openly push for authoritarian policies with zero pushback from the inside. And in the rare cases when pushback would happen, he would then easily purge whoever dissented.
If they do all of that, they need to lose. And at the end of all of it, when they tell you they've won, no. You can look them straight in the face and say, I'm sorry, Dad's home, and he's pissed. Thank you.
And now that Tucker is no longer with Fox News, he can freely spread his election denialism conspiracy theories unchecked to get ahead of the upcoming election. Tucker has untold amounts of power over the psyche of the MAGA voter. And we saw that power on full display immediately after this unhinged speech.
He started to say that if Donald Trump were to win, it would be like, quote, daddy's home, daddy's coming home. And he said that Trump, like God, loves all of his children, talking about the mainstream media, in his words, and Democrats, and said that Trump would need to give them a good spanking. Now, this is something the crowd went wild for here. There are thousands of people here. And when Trump came on stage, as you can see speaking behind me, they started screaming and chanting daddy's home and daddy dog. So this is something I have not heard at a Trump rally so far, but I can tell you the vibe in the room tonight does almost feel like a mini RNC.
If you don't think this is a cult, well, you really need to do some self-reflection. If you can and are willing, please become a paid member here at TYT Sports. And or go to tyt.com/join. In addition, you can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Appreciate it. Have a great day.